EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
On the ground with a rookie from Auburn.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This defense for the Steelers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On first down, it's Benson.
Runs through the contact. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
The numbers for Benson in last week's ball game.
88 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
First carry for Najee Harris.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and 4.
Here we go. Hey, Ken.
Off play action, Fields.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Now Fields. And he can't escape, and down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He'll get that complete to Harrison.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
2nd and 3.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in. This is over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
On play action, they'll throw.
Going right back to Wilson. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals.
A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Cardinals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here we go. Good.
In motion left goes a tight end.
Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Second down and inches. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Trey Benson, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 14-0.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Here we go.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Don't jump. Ready?
Play action. It's Fields.
They'll roll him out right.
Finds Pickens out right.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Go.
Here's Fields.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. Fourth down. So on fourth down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson.
And some space here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I bet there's a big grin on the defensive coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
I can't lie about it. I got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
Here we go, son.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Tonight.
On play action, Fields.
And in for the Steelers, touchdown.
George Pickens.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Steelers have cut it back within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here.
Has his man, it's Shakir.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Back to throw.
Open man here is Benson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They run over center with Benson.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand, because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series.
He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
We'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here. He's got a man, complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They hand this off to Harris.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
It'll buy some time right.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The Steelers at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pat Freiermuth.
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And they will take over first and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Don't jump. Ready?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
To throw is Fields. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Hey, Ken. Up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Here's Bryce Baringer now.
Fielded just inside the 30.
Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Third down and 6.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, Harrison.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. It was a strong first half for Steelers quarterback Justin Fields. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
11.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Right.
Off play action, Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now Fields. He's got this to Pickens.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Here we go. Right.
They'll run with Harris. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Here we go. Go.
Fields now to throw.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Alpha. Punch right. No mas. Right.
Now it's Fields. That one out wide and intercepted. 20. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
An extra point try now for Moody.
It's up and good to make it 21-17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Steelers offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go,
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Right.
They'll run again with Harris. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and
Don't jump. Ready? Right.
Fields. That is caught.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Fields.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Harris is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Again, it's Harris.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. They'll try to run for it with Benson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. They'll look to throw here. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on third down. A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers offense and George Pickens set to take over again. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Here we go.
One play action. Fields. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Here we go. Good.
Going to run the toss here to Harris. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go, son. Right.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And the Steelers are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal as he'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
we go.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Go.
Back to throw, Fields.
And that'll be incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Right.
Here's Fields.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Steelers will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Shakir hauls it in.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Caught by Wilson. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
A give up the middle with Benson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll go again with Benson.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short game. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary 1st step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go, son. Tonight.
Harris.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Tonight.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the Steelers first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Here we go. Tonight.
They run with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go.
They run again with Harris.
Taken down at the 30.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
They'll run again.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Here we go, son.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Don't jump. Ready? Go. Extend.
Back to throw. Fields.
to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of...
And he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Moody good with the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go, Scott. Go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Here we go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris.
And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Good. All right.
They pitch it to Harris. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, they're